Hey everyone, how's it going? Dr. Ironbat Prime 2.0, aka Noah, back again with this new video of mine. And this is, of course, another cosplay showcase, tutorial, and reveal of mine of my Alastor, the Radio Demon from Hazbin Hotel cosplay. So, yeah, let me just backtrack a bit. Alastor is a character that I love and enjoy in the world of Hazbin Hotel. I mean, I love and enjoy the show, and I've been a fan of it for years, and well, Alastor is just a character that I love and enjoyed throughout the series, and this is a character I've wanted to cosplay as for the longest time, of course. Also, want to be in theme, so thank you Shark Robot for this t-shirt and for all the Hazbin Hotel merchandise that I purchased over the years. So in this video, I'm going to be talking about from everything from the how I made the whole outfit, where it came from, how I did the makeup, and the big reveal will be at the end of this video. So, well, let's jump into it all. Okay, so starting things off, here are the shoes. Now the shoes, pretty simple and easy on what I did. I pretty much just got these pair at Target for around at least 30 bucks. But the brand's called George, and I pretty much just got a pair, and all I did was paint up the tip, half of them with some red paint. Well, this is actually red leather paint that I got on Amazon years ago. It's the same kind that I used for my for parts of my Deadpool cosplay that I did a little while ago. But I pretty much had to just paint in like 2 coats of red leather paint that I got on Amazon, and just that's what they look like. And I will admit, they kind of sort of do look like fancy clown shoes, I will admit, but this is close enough to what he wears in the series, of course. Now, here's the pants. And translation, the pants, along with the shirt and the little bit of other accessories and, just the outfit itself, it all came as like a one big kit kind of thing from a company called Wexu, or Wux. I keep forgetting how you pronounce it, but I will leave it down below in the description. But yeah, the pants, they're pretty much just just regular, I guess you could say suit-like pants. And yeah, they pretty much have the very pinkish red kind of lines at the end, because he does have this in the show. And these pants fit me very well, but I will admit they don't really have pockets, but it does have belt loops, so if you need a belt, there you go. But these are the pants. Now, here's the main shirts that I wear under under the coat and slash outfit itself. But I guess in an animation way, this is pretty much the definition of a kind of sort of like a pinkish red button up, and this area would be the definition of a tie, of course, but instead this is more of a full-on shirt. I will admit, I did wear a plain black t-shirt under this because, just for the sake of comfort, and so this doesn't have any sweat on it, of course. But yeah, this actually fits me very well, and this is another thing I could work with, because I will admit I did have to go in with one bit of modifications on this. It does have a button fasteners kind of system right here, where just buttons around the neck area. But also, I will admit, right here, I just cut into a very thin piece of Velcro and just glued it down right here, and then it'll just Velcro on right here like this, because at first you kind of sort of saw a bit of my chest, and if I wore a colorful t-shirt under this, it just wouldn't match up that well. It would be noticeable. But that's what I did for this part of the cosplay, and yeah, this works very well. It's very comfy, and I like how this turned out. And here is the coat area of the cosplay, and just the piece of resistance, of course. And I gotta say, I love how this turned out. I mean, it's based off, the Amazon Prime series version. I mean, there is a difference between this version and what I wore in the pilots from, that was on YouTube all those years ago. And it pretty much has a button fastener system right here. So just you just button it on, and like any kind of coat. But I will admit, if the buttons were a tad bit loose, so I did have to do a little bit of some sewing right here to make sure that they would just stick there, and well, just so they didn't fall off. But yeah, this is the front, and here's the back, and the sleeves are perfect. And I like how, well, there's the whole white area right here on, well, on this area. And I even like how it's a bit, well, much like it is in the show. I like how there's some tears and rips right here at the very bottom. And that's probably one of my favorite details. And I like how they nailed this. So, yeah. And last two little things that came with the cosplay itself, the monocle. And, well, I like how this turned out. I like how it has, of course, the, well, just one little, just a little bit of red right here, which kind of, well, is pretty much one of the definitions of the cherry on top. And finally, that last piece that came with the cosplay itself, the bow tie. Now this bow tie, I mean, I like how this turned out. Again, it came with the suit itself, and well, I mean, I like how it's just carefully sewed up. I like the red ruby gem right here, and it pretty much has a, well, there's pretty much just a pin that you could just pin it on, and well, it'd pretty much be like that. Now, as a bit of a demonstration, here are the gloves slash what I did for the hands. Now, I'm pretty sure in the show, his hands are pretty much just already exposed, but I kind of sort of decided to make a bit of a glove system. So I got a pair of these gloves, these full arm gloves that go all the way to my forearm, that cover up my forearm all the way, from my hands to my elbow. But these are just gloves I got at Spirit's Halloween back when it was open, of course. And I just glued down these red nails that I got from a red nail kit that they had as well, and just glued them down. And yeah, I just wanted these to, I wanted my hands to feel a bit more like monsterish, because he kind of sort of does have this in the series. The suit itself actually did come with gloves, but I just didn't like how they turned out. They were just too pinkish, and I didn't like how they were designed. I pretty much used the same method as I did for my Marshall Lee cosplay that I did about a year ago. So yeah, these turned out great. I love how these turned out. I could really just touch my foam, move my fingers, and yeah, they're very claw-like, and this is probably one of my few favorite parts of the cosplay. So I will admit, this is pretty much one of the trickiest parts of the cosplay, and well, there was a little bit of trial and error, but here is the wig. Now the wig, it was just a matter of styling, and it came with a couple of, accessories, and it came as a bit of a kit kind of thing. Here's actually what it looked like when I first tested it out and tried it on at first. But it also came with the little antlers, and of course it also came with a bit of extra bits, because he does have this in the series, of course. I will admit, I did have to trim it down a bit, because he does have like a bit of a straight line kind of thing, kind of hairstyle when it comes to the back of his hair. And well, it was also just a matter of straightening up a bit by using men's hairspray. And I did glue these antlers down to the wig, because they did have clips in that just, it did have clips, but they just kept falling out. They just weren't working. And it was also a matter of gluing these parts down as well. This is more of this is also part of his hair as well, and I like how this turned out. And the wig, I mean, I got this on Amazon, and it was just a matter of, just straightening it out, making it look like it is in the show. And yeah, this is pretty much what I did. As a bit of a prop thing that I feel like I need to add to this video, but here's some microphone that he, of course, has and by his side. I already did a video on this, on how I made this prop. It's just PVC pipe, some foam of and it was just a matter of measuring it up. And again, it was 5mm craft foam and 3mm craft foam. and just, well, piecing it together using Loctite glue and several different types of glue. But yeah, I already did a tutorial on this, so I will leave a link down below if you want to check out how I made this. So, well, on to the makeup. Again, there was a little bit of some trial and error, but here's how I pretty much did the makeup for Alastor. So for one first things I did do was put on my my hairnet, so that way the wig is a lot easier and my actual hair wasn't exposed, along with painting up my entire head white, because that's pretty much the base color. I pretty much just covered everything up from like the middle of my neck along with my whole face, and well, just didn't really do my ears because it's pretty much because my ears were going to be covered up by the wig. And then I went in with some white lipstick because that was just the vibe that I wanted to go for. You could go for black, you could go for red, you could go for any other color, but I just went for white to make it look a bit more blended into my face and the makeup. And then that was when I went in with some red eyeliner around my eyes, because if you look really closely in the show, he kind of sort of does have like a bit of a red eyeliner around his eyes. Again, that was just the tone, the vibe, and again, this is just my cosplay. That was just how I did the makeup. And I am a bit of a rookie when it comes, I'm still kind of sort of a rookie when it comes to makeup and having wigs, but again, it's just my cosplay and it's just how I made it. And that is an official wrap on this cosplay of mine. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all learned a thing or two. I'm finally going to show you guys the big reveal and everything. I want to give a big, massive shout out and thank you to my photography pal Joshua, who was nice enough to help me get like dozens of high quality images of me in this cosplay of mine. I will leave his social media names right here, so you should definitely check out his work, give him a follow. If you live in the Dallas area, definitely message him, and if you want to get like high quality images and photos and do a photo shoot, of course. But the guy was really cool to work with. We took like nearly 100 photos of me in my Alastor cosplay. Yeah, I will admit, I do wish I could show all of them, but it would just take all day for me to just show them all. But it's big reveal time, so enjoy the photos, enjoy how amazing I look. So, well, big reveal.